everyone. Today, I'm very happy to talk to Dr. Fang-Mei Law about her attitude and perspective in terms of how to face life when there are some turning points and or changes in life. And she always possesses a very positive attitude that I am very interested to learn more about. So this video is going to more like a conversation with her, but she will share a lot of her thoughts to kind of teach us to face difficulty in life. So let's welcome her.
Hi, Ying-Ting.
Hi, 老师.
Hi, everybody.
I usually call her 老师. That's a term in Chinese to show your respect toward like your mentors or professors, you know. So yeah, so I always call her 老师. Yeah.
She's very respect me. Actually, you can just call me Fang-Mei. Maybe
Okay, Fang-Mei.
too.
I'm not used to that, but it's good. Yeah. So last time, actually it was last week, we recorded a Chinese version.
Yeah.
And because I came to the US 4 years ago, and during that time, Dr. Law always helped me a lot, you know, and talked to me a lot when I encountered difficulties. And I am intrigued by her attitude and the perspective when she encounters some
Trouble.
not trouble, I mean
The life turning point.
And sometimes life changes, right? So there are decisions that you have to make, like everybody has to make decisions at some point.
Yeah.
So I think we are going to talk about your attitude and perspective today. But firstly, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi. My name is Fang-Mei, and that's also something I decide to stay in my real name. Okay. So when I came to America, I used Phyllis.
Oh really? I had no idea.
Yeah, I have the English name. And then, but the more I call myself Phyllis, or when I heard other people call me Phyllis, the more I feel that's not me.
Oh, okay.
So then I decide, when I started my Tiffin University job, I decide to be myself. And then I'm just so thankful right now. Everybody call me Fang-Mei.
Okay.
Just the other day when I arrived school, before even the day started, when I parked my car, my president also parked her car. And then we say hi to each other, but before even I say hi to her, she turned to me and say, "Good morning, Fang-Mei."
Oh wow.
See, so I'm Fang-Mei. Now I can proudly say that's me. Okay, and then I graduated in Taiwan for the in Shijie University as social work major. Then I went to Tsanghua University of Education to pursue counseling for bachelor and master degree. Then after I finished that master degree, I back to my Shijie University to be a instructor and associate professor for almost 7 years.
Oh, 7 years.
Almost.
Okay.
Yeah, 6.5. And then my husband had the dream to come to America, and actually that time I'm so scared to come to America. First of all, my English broken. I have broken English, so I don't know how to handle American life. But my husband so insist. So even I deny her his invitation to come together for 6 months. Eventually, I decide maybe I should come. You know, give it a try. And also, I'm twin. I'm younger twin. And then usually, based on personality, younger twin usually a little bit more shy and then uncertain, and that's me. But my twin, she pushed me. She said, "If I were you, I'm going." Yeah. So then, thank you for her push, and then I joined my husband in America. So we went to Wisconsin for a master degree. Then we went to Mississippi for PhD. So with a scary mind, I just keep going and knowing now when I go back to think about, thanks for people encourage me, and at the same time I didn't give up. So
yeah, that's what I wanted to ask, because it sounds like your sister,
yeah,
she encouraged you to go with your husband to come to the US.
yeah,
And you were scared at the time.
very scared.
You know, I think everyone could encounter this kind of situation,
Yeah.
but you chose to proceed,
Yeah,
and now you are feeling you made the right decision at the time, looking back.
yeah.
So the question is, what's your thought?
Yeah.
What was your thought at that time, like
Yeah.
to think through,
Yeah,
like to make a decision for
Okay.
yourself
Yeah.
instead of staying in your comfort zone?
yeah,
Because you could just have stayed
yeah.
in
I
Taiwan.
can just say no and stay there.
And
yeah,
as you mentioned that, you know, going to another country,
Yeah.
speaking another language.
yeah.
How old were you at that time?
Oh, 30 something.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I remember you had a kid, right?
Yeah, my daughter just born for 1 month, but
Yeah.
my son is like 3, almost 4. Yeah.
And you had a stable job at the
Yes.
university.
Yes,
I mean, your life was comfortable.
I know.
So,
Yeah.
can you share a little bit more about how you went through the process
Yeah.
to choose
Yeah,
the unknown?
yeah. Actually, when I teach there for a couple years, I start to feel
实践 University?
yeah, I start to feel not satisfied because I feel I pretty much use everything I have. I don't feel I'm growing. Okay, and then at the same time, my students growing. Okay,
Yeah, they were
my
learning.
student they are, because in that time, Shijian still like 3 years college.
Okay.
Then the student finish college, then they transfer to the university. And then I remember so clear, one of my students actually from Shijian, when he finished, he went to Taida. Okay, that is best university in Taiwan.
Yes.
And then one day he come back to visit me, and he kind of looked at me and said, "Why are you still doing the job you are doing? You were doing it. You didn't grow up." So that's kind of
I
give
like
me,
your student.
yeah. So it's kind of like, well, I know because I keep talk about, you know, have to pursue and continue to pursue your self development. But my students look at me and say, "You still in the same spot." You know, so that kind of give me a push. And then whenever I discuss with students as a counselor, when I ask them about their career path,
Yeah.
I ask myself too.
Yeah.
So then students keep saying they want to pursue, you know, master and PhD. And then that time I only had master. So then I ask myself, how about me? So
Myself,
yeah,
what am I
so
going to do?
yeah, so I have that. But then because my fear of English,
Yeah.
so then I keep holding that part of possibility. You know, that's kind of like, don't touch me that part. I can do whatever besides
Yeah.
speak English. So then when my husband pursue, say, our goal is go to America, that's kind of like, no, that's
Yeah.
the part I already set aside, say that's not the spot. You know, but looks like he very insistent. He worked so hard for his TOEFL exam. He finally passed, and then he want to go. You know, so
But you didn't do anything.
I didn't do
at the
anything.
same
I
time.
didn't prepare anything. I kind of prepared something
But
like,
you were watching him.
yeah,
doing all the
watching
things.
him, and mom keeps saying, hopefully he never need to do. Hopefully he never passed TOEFL. You know, never need to do. Then we can just stay in our Taiwan
Yeah.
and then comfortably.
Yeah.
But then I know I have that something inside me is like growing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that I want, but I don't know what do I want. I know I want a higher degree, but I don't know where to get it yet.
Yeah.
You know, I just assume if I stay Taiwan long enough, I may be able to get to a PhD program there.
Yeah.
You know, but actually after we left country for a while, Tsanghua University start have a PhD program after we left.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then also my father always the one, you know, want us to continue to grow. You know, my father, he never think about go to America either. So he just kind of like, you keep growing, but don't go to America.
Yeah.
So then I don't really have a surrounding people do this, you know. So beside my husband, even my some aunts, uncle, they did it, they come to America, but now they say come here to study. So then I'm kind of like, oh, but I'm glad, even I'm scared, but then I just kind of like, just give it a try.
So you gave it a shot.
I give a shot, and then
like
good
a
thing,
chance.
got my university, the place I taught, they are very nice. They give me a 6 months, you know, live for no pay. Yeah. So they say, I said, can I go just try for 6 months? They say, sure, you go. Yeah. I don't even need to worry about who should substitute my class, because I teach in the half of the semester. Well, no, one semester. You know, like the winter, we call fall semester, just finished, and then I come here in March 1st. So then second semester when they come to class, they find I'm disappear. So many years later, right now they all grow up now, and I went back to Taiwan, and then we and they say, why you disappear? You know, I really disappear. But then they give me 6 months to try. Then during the 6 months, actually I came here, and then fortunately that University of Wisconsin River Falls, they allow the spouse of student take a class part-time as a part-time student. A lot of university not allowed, but that university allow. So then my husband registers class for me. He know if he don't register class for me, I'm not going to stay. So then he registered 2 classes that I'm pretty familiar with, like counseling, you know, like we have a counseling theory, good counseling, those classes. That's pretty much my field. So then I just need to learn that in English. Yeah. So then I work very hard, and I get a pretty good grade. That give me some confidence. At the same time, because my husband and my sister-in-law came, my sister came with me at the same time, but then my husband came 1 semester before me. But they both got a scholarship. They both have a real job. They work in lab. Full time. They pay for their tuition. Yeah, and then they have a place to work. And I just nobody. So when I there, I a little bit embarrassed myself, because I feel like, why we pretty much the same, and now you are more like formal, you are
more
successful, and I'm just
doing the
part-time. No, it's not time. I'm just part-time student.
Okay, yeah.
So then I started to see maybe I should. I want to just like I want to look like them. Okay, so I asked a graduate school staff, say, how can I become them, like a full-time student? Yeah. She said, you can apply. I said, can I apply? She said, yeah. I said, I'm not sure I can handle the class. And she said, how do you handle your 2 classes now? I said, I think I did pretty good. I got an A. Then she said, here you go, apply. So with her encouragement, I applied even without those TOEFL, any kind of score. I only had GPA from the 2 classes. Yeah, so I really appreciate she trusts me. Yeah. So then I apply, and I become full-time student. And then when I came the first time, I had my parents take care of my daughter, because she only like a couple months. So then we decided go back to Taiwan to take her. So now I have my kids with me, you know, and then my university give me more time to study. So then just step by step, and after we get master, my husband said we should get PhD. So then I follow him to get PhD.
So it sounds like at that time you encounter many people around you, encourage you to, like, push you a little bit to go for your dream.
And then also, surprisingly, when you say yes, the doors start to open.
Yeah, say yes.
Right? When you say yes, because when we say no, we assume all the door closed.
I think normally people do that when you are facing.
Yeah.
In the times that you need to make new decisions.
Yeah, and because before you reach out, you just assume all door is closed. So no way, no way, no way. But once you say yes, surprisingly, piece by piece, and door is gradually open.
So in your case, you said no in the beginning,
Yeah.
but you still
There.
try to
It's
think,
there.
to process the new information, to
Yeah.
see if there's a chance you can say yes. Not like 100% no in the
Yeah.
beginning, but
Yeah.
you try to figure it out
Yeah,
how to manage if
yeah.
you choose the
Yeah,
like
I
a new
Yeah, I try to figure out.
direction.
So that's my suggestion. When you say no, say softly, because you should give yourself another door. You know.
Yeah.
So for example, you lock the door, don't lock it. You close the door, but don't lock it.
I
Right.
see, I see.
So
I like
then-
that method.
Yeah. So then when people try to open for you, they have a way to open.
Yeah.
If we close and we lock it,
And you wouldn't listen if some people want to help you or give you some
yeah, they
advice.
need to break the door. That's
Yeah.
harder. But if you close it, don't lock the door.
Yeah.
Because you never know, opportunity may come. Your heart may be open. You know, so I'm just so glad for those 6 months. Actually, I asked my sister and I asked my school, because I thought if I already have a job, how can I left the job? I'm the person very hard for me to left the job. Yeah, I like to stay in the place. You know? So then I asked them, then looks like they are okay. I'm the one not okay, they are okay. You know, and I asked my sister, because we are twins. I worry she may not want to left me, you know, because we are so close.
Right.
And I asked my parents, because I don't know what they think about me left country.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they are willing to take care of my daughter for us, because she only
a
few
baby.
months, she only baby. Who take care of baby for you? And then I even don't know how long I want to stay in America. So I think easier is to let her. But my daughter kind of complained that I left her for a couple months in Taiwan.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's another, when you be a parent, you know, so many things. But I'm just so glad because, you know, I willing to give a try. So then people knowing you want to try, so then they willing to hold your hand. So you need to put your hand out, say, I'm going to try, but I don't know.
Yeah.
So when you do this, people can say, okay, let me pull you up, and then you stand up.
Yeah. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I think I'm really impressed because you were not single at the time.
Yeah.
You were married, you were
Yeah.
in your 30s, you
Yeah.
have kids,
Yeah.
and you had a stable job,
Yeah.
and you chose the unknown. I think that was a very brave decision.
One thing actually, because I already promote into associate, then my next step is should be professor. Maybe a year later, maybe 2 years later, but then I choose staff. So actually I come to America, I start the job, right? And then after I get PhD, I back home for 1 year and I come back again. So my father actually very disappointed. He think my life's over. Yeah. So then when I came to America, after I get my PhD, I really start my life from scratch. And then finally I get into Tiffin University. So just couple years before, just few years before, just now, I am professor. So I supposed to be professor then.
Right.
And then I make a big circle and finally get to my position. And then, but I don't regret because those years I've been make a big circle. I learn the new world. I give myself second chance and second life. So now when I hold a professor position, I feel I'm more deserved.
I see your point. Yeah.
Because then it's too young to be just professor. I don't feel I know
Like
enough.
to me, I can't get your point because it's a name of a position.
Yeah.
But deep inside your heart, you didn't feel you deserved that at the time. You still wanted to learn more.
Yeah.
So I do have another question. It's like it sounds to me that you think keeping learning is very important for you.
Yeah.
Do you think what do you think the value of keeping learning?
Yeah.
Like for you and also for everybody.
Yeah. I think learning keep you young.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm going to learn more today, later.
No, not learning. The learning heart. Maybe we should say the learning heart.
I like that.
If you find you still want to learn, that means you still young.
Yeah.
If you feel you have enough or you don't want to learn anymore, then you already step into old.
I agree with that.
You know. And actually, one of counseling theory classes reality say learning equal fun. So when I learn,
Like a play.
you enjoy, right? So why not learn? It's so fun, you know. And also, if I don't feel if I don't learn, in our Chinese say, if you don't go ahead, move forward, you are actually what say you
go back
to the old place, right? So I feel maybe I didn't learn enough when I was young.
I think you have learned a lot.
I don't think I learned enough. So I still feel like so many things out there I still don't know yet, you know.
So and that's because you now still have a learning heart. Right?
Yeah, I think I'm learning hard. I even like when I say learning, it's not necessary you have to like open book and then read those kind of study. Actually, learn it's everywhere. You know, like I done this 4 years from Ying-Ting. I didn't know her before, right? And then
a new person.
Yeah, her professor introduced her to me, and then for these 4 years, see how much I learned from her.
You learn from each other.
Yeah. And then like for my teaching job, I enjoy the most is every semester I have new students to learn.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not only I teach them, they teach me as well.
Yeah.
You know, so then I like those kind of learning. And of course now for the internet, Google, whatever, I find that when I see the information, I learn. And also, I find most fun to learn is learning material in the language you are not familiar with. like
learning
in English. Because I feel like when I read Chinese, somehow we say, oh, I already know that because I know all the words.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
So then my heart may be not that humble. But when I learn in English, then I'm more humble mind. So then I feel like I need to learn more seriously. And so then I put more effort into those words.
Yeah.
So then what's interesting, when I understand the words, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So I always highlight the whole book.
Okay.
So I highlight the part I understand. And I come like, oh, every point is a good point. And then one time I told students, when I feel crying by reading that story, that means I must be good now because I even understand the whole thing and then able to touch my heart and make me cry.
Yeah.
You know, so then I find if you are boring with your original language, go to learn another language. And then you will find the world keep open and open and open and open because those stuff supposed to be stranger. I remember I used to read English and then like my eyesight would be like so blurry. I don't feel I know everything like because I shut down my mind.
Yeah.
Say I don't understand.
Right.
But when I'm start to open my heart, say I'm going to learn. I'm going to see what are you talking about.
So meaning you need to have an open mind and you need to humble yourself.
Yeah.
Not like I mean, yeah, it can be scary to learn something new because you don't know if you can learn well or you don't know.
I know.
Unless you try.
At least I
but
try.
For you, learning is very much fun. feel that you kind of enjoy yourself to get to know more about yourself during learning, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that expands your world.
Yeah. So when right now I find that when I find something new, or you just give me new words, I say, oh, what's that? And then when you explain to me, I understand. Wow, something new I learned today. You know, and then that cheer me up.
I think you are very curious about the world.
I'm curious about people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious about people. Of course, a lot of field I still like.
I have a question.
Like your science. That's
okay.
too hard for me. I have to.
Maybe you can try.
You need to teach me. Yeah.
Okay. So my question is, for those who feel like they cannot change anything, or they are not curious about the world, what would you suggest?
Well, some people kind of say, I'm not going to try. That's not my tool, right? Like iPhone or the cell phone, the smartphone, they say, that's
I'm
not.
just going to use the old phone.
Yeah, I'm going to use old phone, that's good enough, right? My suggestion is, don't make any decision, because when you don't know, you should say, I don't know yet.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, I don't know yet. Don't just say no. You say, I don't know yet. I don't want yet, or something, right? So then start to see what other people do, you know. And then maybe one day you are brave enough to try. And then also don't hesitate to ask. Okay, now remember our Chinese words. Our Chinese word for ask. It's a door. Inside the door have a mouth.
Yeah.
Right? We say when. And I think that's very good, how do we say? Good symbol for ask. Because think about, how do you make a door open?
You ask.
You ask. And how do you ask?
I like that.
You need to open your mouth. You need to open your mouth, right? So now I find, hey, open mouth is such a good thing. So if we go somewhere, you know, I don't know the way, of course you can go to your Google, right?
Yeah.
To ask. But sometimes you can also ask people.
I think I realized that not many years ago.
Yeah.
Because most of the time, like personally, sometimes I presume that, oh, they are not going to say yes.
Yeah.
They are not going to be helpful if I ask.
Yeah.
But I remember a few years ago when I started to ask more questions when I had no idea.
Yeah.
Usually the majority of people would be very happy to help.
Yeah.
And you can actually think more deeply or thoroughly when they give you advice, suggestions. I agree with you that asking people, you know, just ask around.
Yeah.
You kind of learn a lot from people, and they always give you new perspectives and directions to pursue. Yeah.
Yeah, I always told students, ask.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we have as a professor, we have office hour.
Yeah.
But
They
quite
don't show
often
up?
students don't show up. And then if once in a while students show up, we are so excited. And then we give them a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like, well, my job is to offer, to help. But this person, this student willing to
Doesn't
ask.
come. Yeah.
So then he got it or she got it. But
Okay.
for those of you decide not to ask, then that's their loss.
Yeah.
Because they pay the same tuition.
Right.
You know, so then one time, you know, we went to travel, and then one of people travel with me, even laughing at me, say, you are, hey, you. He give me a nickname, say, hey, you. Because, no, the hey, you, that's me, because when I ask people, right, I say, hey, you, and then I ask questions, right?
Yeah.
They say, you should put a sign, say, hey, you. Yeah.
That's really funny.
But then there's also a way you interact with people. Because people can be there, but you have no chance to interact with them. By hey, you, or in Taiwan we say, hey, lady, hey, beauty, hey, handsome, or something. Then you interact with the people. Who knows, that maybe become your friend.
Yeah, I think that's really important, especially now, the technology, you know, you kind of can look up information through your phone, but like what you just said kind of reminds me that it's important to take initiative. to interact with people around you.
Yeah.
You cannot get same
Yeah.
information
Yeah.
through the phone, right?
Yeah, so that's why I say everybody is a book I want to
Yeah.
read, right? And of course, they may not want for you to read. And the reason they don't want you to read because they don't trust themselves. So one other thing I think we need to learn to trust ourselves. We are the expert of our own life.
I like that. Yeah.
And then you also trust other people is expert for their life.
Yeah.
Or they are expert for something. So when you can even learn from a little kid. You know, you think they are so little, they know nothing, they maybe know something that you have no idea. You know, so then I found that when I say learning, that is mean, you know, you just open your eye, open your ear, open your mouth, open your nose.
Yeah.
Then you can smell, you can hear, and you can hear without hurt,
Okay. Yeah.
right?
To be open-minded.
Yeah, sometimes we hear so many things, but then they don't hear. And that can be because we are not ready to hurt. You know, so then if you are the one want to give, you can keep giving, but then don't push people heard your message right away because they have to be ready.
Like, meaning don't set a bar like too much expectation.
Yeah,
But you take initiative.
Yeah.
You open your mind.
yeah,
And those who may be helpful
yeah,
will come to you, right?
yeah. Once their heart is ready,
Yeah.
then those messages, they will say, oh, I remember you said this. Now I got it. So then you may have students come back many years later say, now I got the message.
Yeah, yeah,
They
right.
travel
yeah.
like so many years.
Yeah. I think that happens a lot. I have
Yeah.
some students,
Yeah.
they said that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I forgot, oh, I said that before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think if we keep this way, then you will not get disappointed.
Yeah.
You know, because a lot of time we give a message and we want people to respond right away.
Yeah.
If they don't respond, you feel like rejection.
Yeah.
It's not necessary.
I think, like today, I think we are running out of time, but we talk a lot about how you made your decisions in Taiwan
Yeah.
when your husband wanted to come to the U.S.
Yeah.
to pursue a higher degree.
Yeah.
Also, you have a very curious mind, and you explain to us what learning means to you and what it means to life.
Yeah.
That everybody can, try to practice in life. And I remember last time when we were talking in Chinese, we talked about like how to juggle between different roles, because you had a stable life, as we just mentioned, in life before you came to the U.S.
Yeah.
And you were a mom. You came here.
Yeah. As a
You are not
student.
a professor anymore.
Yeah.
And a wife,
Yeah.
a student.
Yeah.
So I think next time in the next chapter we can talk about how you juggle between the roles at that time to succeed. Because I think many people would be interested in that. Everybody has different roles in different contexts.
We wear different hats.
Yeah. So I think, do you want to conclude, like, what do you want to say for today for our audience?
Okay. So I think one key word you need to keep in your heart is called enjoy.
Oh, enjoy.
Enjoy. No matter what happens, either in the more negative side or positive side, that is something present in your life. That's a question you have to answer by yourself.
I like that.
So when you answer that question, you take action either to handle the trouble or enjoy the the happy. No matter what, you have to enjoy the process.
Yeah, I think Dr. Law kind of told me after I came to the U.S. because as a foreigner, international student, it was very difficult, especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I kind of listen to you and tried to enjoy the difficult process.
Yeah.
And I think that attitude kind of helped me get through the process.
Yeah. Because when you enjoy, your mind is more settled.
I feel more grounded.
Yeah, and you are less worried, and you may find a lot of potential on yourself. I really know how to handle this.
Yeah.
You know, and
Even though I had no confidence in myself, I tried to enjoy, and gradually I managed.
Yeah.
And looking back, I was so proud of myself.
Yeah, we surprised. But then if we don't enjoy, you just keep making and making and making, and then when you finish, you say, dang, finally, sure. You still do the thing, same as the one person, same as the person
that,
you
I'm happy.
enjoy.
Not happy.
Yeah, so you finish something even very hard, and actually, the harder you try, actually you should celebrate even more. If everything is easy, then life is so easy. Of course, we want to have easy life, but then you don't know how much you have. You know, I told students it's unfair. I've been in America maybe longer than they were born in their life. You know, my students, they're already young, maybe 17, 18, right? But their English is still better than me. You know, so that's unfair. However, I have many experience, maybe beyond the language. You know, so I just believe if you can do your best to enjoy. When we say enjoy, it's not mean naive, not just that, you know, just happy. Enjoy not necessarily equal to happy. Enjoy just precious
The experience.
your experience every moment. Think about that's the moment of your life you never can come back.
Right.
You never can come back, and you cannot replace. You know, once you pass, that breaker is your life. You cannot replace, and why not enjoy it? You know, and then, you know, if they are success, when we say success, also what people say, but even your heart, even they may not end it to the one you want, you still success in your life because you finish,
You're the
done,
judge.
you done, you walk through, you walk through, and that.
I like that.
Yeah, so then everything, you just think about you're writing a essay, so then you write the first paragraph, now you maybe write the third paragraph, next time you're writing the fourth paragraph, right? And you cannot take out the paragraph, otherwise the time disappear. People will say, what did you do in that time? You know, and you deny it. Right? Yeah, so I believe enjoy is the key word.
I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Do I answer all your questions?
I like that conclusion. Yeah, I was like attentively listening to you. That was intriguing. I think we can talk more next time. And today, thank you for the good, advice and sharing your experience with us. We'll see you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.